So I was offered this film called Babe about a pig, and I got the script and I leafed through it, and my character had about 16 lines. So I was going to turn it down. And I visited a friend of mine in Connecticut, and he said, no, man, it's a free trip to Australia. And listen, if the picture fails, it's the pig's fault. You're just a supporter. So I thought, yeah, that's not too bad, no risk. So I went to do this film. I would go get made up every day. I would not pay attention to the look. I would be talking to the makeup lady because makeup ladies know every story that's going on. We got to the end of the film. It's the day of the sheep herding contest. So the next shot is I have to turn to the pig and congratulate the pig. And I look up to say the line, and I see my reflection in the lens. And what I see is not me. I see this older man who reminds me a great deal of my father. And I have to say,
that'll do, pig. That'll do.
But what I hear in my head is, that'll do, Jamie. That'll do. Because this is the first time in my life that I've actually showed up on a set without my evaluations and my judgments and beating myself up and then projecting it outside and making a hash out of everything. I really showed up and said, look, no matter what happens to this little Australian film, I'm going to be here every day and I'm going to do the best that I can. And it works out. And my life changed, and I owe it to a pig. Hi, my name is Jamie Cromwell, and that's my best story ever. I first became a vegetarian because I came across the country on my motorcycle and went through the stockyards in Texas, where all those animals are penned, standing in their own excrement and awaiting death. And it seemed to go on for the entire day, as far as you could see on the other side of the road. And I said to myself, I can't be part of this. And I began the process of eliminating animal products from my diet. And of course, you run into all the things in your mind. I can't do without this. I have to have this. What happens to my protein? Nothing's available. I'm tired of eating salad. All the excuses that you give yourself. And slowly, slowly, you work through this process. I made myself sick at one point, mainly because of my judgment about people who were still eating animal products. I had to let that go. So I had basically come to terms with, eating eggs every once in a while and fish, not knowing that those two things were probably the worst. And then went to Australia to do this film with these extraordinary animals. And every day at midday, whenever lunch was, I'd go and on the table would be every animal that I had just worked with being served for lunch. The Australians really don't like eating anything that they don't kill. So I thought, I've come this far. I might as well, as I like to say, go the whole hog. Carry it on. And then what's the reason? Am I doing this because it makes me feel better? Because frankly, I don't know the difference. I've forgotten what I felt like when I ate. I don't get sick as much as I did when I ate meat. But I realized that if we are to have a planet, if we're to live on this planet, and if we're to live on this planet peacefully and take responsibility for it, the way the Pope has exhorted us to today in his encyclical, we have to stop animal agriculture. We simply cannot slaughter billions of animals every year with the cruelty and the suffering and the waste involved in that and its effect on the planet and on our psyches, and continue to live on this planet.